And he also mentions building an army, having your own army of trusted leaders, which leads me to my next guest, the fabulous force, female force, LifeWave president, Meredith Berkich.
Well, here we are. And the future is up to you. We have brought, I hope you think, our A game to this stage with our speakers, with our tools, with our inspiration, motivation, education, everything that we have brought to you. We hope that you feel honor this day. We hope that you can feel our love and our care and our commitment to your success on this day. This event, thank you, go ahead, it's good. This event has been a major commitment, not just for us and the months of planning and going through every minute by minute, second by second, everything that we could even think about that we can deliver, just not even that investment, not the millions of dollars that were invested in this event to give you the greatest experience ever at LifeWave, to celebrate these 20 years of accomplishments of each of you in this room. You have invested. You have invested to be here. You have invested your time and your talent and your treasure. You have given up time with family. Some of you have traveled from around the world to be here. You have invested in yourself, which makes you very, very special and very, very precious to us. It is important for us to know going into these next 20 years that LifeWave is doing the business the right way, with integrity, with intention, and that when everyone else out there is looking for a lifeboat, as their dreams are sinking, that we are that light, and we will continue to do things the right way. And we're partnering with all of you to do things the right way. And so what was really, really important is going back to what Jack Canfield said this morning about belief. Belief is the center of everything. Without belief, without hope, people perish. And it is fundamentally the most important takeaway that you can take from this event is, did this event build your belief? Did this event build your belief? Your belief that you can count on LifeWave being here for your family for generations to come. Your belief that our intentions are pure and great. Our products work and they will continue to work. Belief in the products, belief in every way that you're going to be rewarded, that we're going to continuously get better and better because you deserve it. And belief in yourself that you can do this and it is worth it. The work is worth it, my friends. That's what we want your takeaway to be, and we hope that we accomplish that as we're moving on. Here's the reality about belief. Belief creates your vision, because if you don't have the belief that there really is hope, that things can get better, that things can change, it's going to be hard to have a vision. And if you are not walking away with the level of belief that you had hoped for, I would encourage you to get with your neighbor, to get with your upline, crossline, whomever, and borrow theirs for a time. Because it has to start with that belief. That vision is what is going to create then your resolve. When David Schmidt just told his story, some of you might have heard it for the very first time. What he was he had a vision. He had a vision of how the world could be a better place and how his contributions could help it be so. Be the change you want to see in the world. That is a call for all of us. That is a call for all of us to be the change. But again, you look at that, you say, okay, I am going to have that vision. It will give me that resolve to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, even when it's tough, even when you're discouraged, even when you want to quit. That gives you then that resolve to create change, because we know change is hard, don't we? Is change something we look forward to? Just like the baby that cries with a poopy diaper, wah, wah, wah. Terrible, terrible, but you take it off and clean it, it's like, wee, okay? Nobody wants to be changed. But change is a good thing. I think we can all agree. Without the change, there is no progress. You will never get out of your rut. You will never get out of your doldrums. You will never, never, never get out of your situation if you are not willing to embrace and not just tolerate, but embrace change. Then you're going to get progress. And when you start getting progress, that is when you're going to experience success. Whatever success is to you. Maybe it is SPD, or maybe, just maybe, you want to get your products for free. Maybe, just maybe, you want to have reliable transportation for your family. Whatever success is, though, you may have to make some changes. And you need to sit back and look at those changes as you're moving on. Because again, belief is where it all starts. So when we get past this point from belief, all right, and we say, all right, I get it. I think I'm going to change. I think I get it. All right. Think about return on investment. ROI. You are all your own CEOs. You've probably heard me say it before. I mean it, though, because whether your business is something that you invest 10 hours a week in or more, or 10 hours a day, you are investing. It is a collective investment of your time. And many of you have probably heard lots of parables. Again, if you're, lots of poems, lots of fables, illustrations of what happens when you plant seeds. But the reality is without planting those seeds, you'll never get a harvest. You've got to plant the seeds. You've got to nurture the seeds. You've got to water the seeds. You've got to grow the seeds if you want to get a harvest. So as we're looking at that belief, that's what I'm saying here as far as your investment. What are you going to do with all these seeds you got this weekend as you're having these conversations? What are you going to do? You're going to go home? Or you're just going to kind of scatter them, let the birds pluck them up and fly away with them? Or are you going to do something with these seeds? Because it is a very, very biblical principle, but it is a life principle. And so again, do you want to harvest in your life? Do you have mountains that are in your way? We know there's another parable there, right? That little mustard seed. You have the size of a mustard seed. You can move the mountains in your life. I hope you got some seeds this weekend. So I'm going to give you just a couple of tips in my final minutes with you all before we get ready for a crazy celebration tonight that's going to blow your hair back. And if you don't have hair, you'll wish you did, because you feel it blowing. These are common denominators for you as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as CEOs of your own company. The same that they are for myself, for the executive team, for managers and directors, our amazing corporate staff, and for David. There's a central truth, and actually three, that I wanted to bring up today, because there really is little difference. It is not a single sport direct selling. There's a reason they call it network marketing or social selling. It involves other people. This is not an individual sport. It is a team sport. And if you listened when you heard our COO, Coleman Dillon, give an amazing presentation that we hope, again, built your belief that we are building the infrastructure to be a multi-billion-dollar movement. We are building those foundations by building teams, high-performing teams. So I think about, and I love sports. Some of you, I'm married to an ex-football player, so of course, sports are part of my world. Listening to coaches, they're my favorite, life examples for me to listen. I love athletic coaches. But we know from looking at the way they talk in the locker room, and you kind of think of your teams as the locker room, you don't ever want to lose your locker room, that unified goals are really what is going to get you to that next level. People have to be singularly focused and moving in the right direction if you're going to build a high-performance team. So think about your teams today. Think about the people that are on your teams, the people that you want to join your teams, the people that are going to join your teams next year, now, the years to come. And are you setting for them unified goals that have everybody doing one main thing, doing the business the right way? There are no shortcuts that will build you a sustainable business organization. No shortcuts. You need to do things with high integrity and the right way. Over the past 30 years, I've seen a lot of leaders. I've seen leaders come, I've seen leaders go in direct selling, but the one thing that I see as a student of watching them and their success and watching them rise and be recognized year after year, and the ones that last hold their teams accountable to a higher standard. They don't kowtow to the events of the day or teams that might be building the right. They just stay true. They stay true to their honor. They stay true to doing business the right way. And in that act of togetherness, even if they're not in a meeting like this, even if they're out talking in the lobby, even if they're at another networking event with other networkers, they do things the right way. They don't sneak around, and they don't take people from other people's organizations. They don't break the rules. They follow the path. They follow the path with high integrity. There's a reason that policies and procedures are there. They're there to protect the integrity of your business. And long-term sustainable leadership is high integrity. They are very high integrity, whether they're on or off the field. The second strategic piece that I have seen, again, be successful for field organizations and for corporate organizations, for us as well, is creating that atmosphere of inclusion and safety. Being good to your people, knowing there are no people that don't have value. My dad taught me when I was a very little girl. He said, Meredith, when I was going off to grade school, he said, Meredith, there's one thing I want you to remember. You're going to meet a lot of different people when you go off to school. I still remember to this day. And he said, Meredith, just think that every single person that you meet has a little treasure inside. And it is up to you to figure out what it is. And there are many times when you look at some people, and I'll be darned if you can figure out what that treasure is. It's like, whoa, really? But if you look hard and look past maybe what's hurt them, that's caused them to act a certain, there's some treasure in that. And as a leader, we need to be always looking past something and say, what is their motive? What is driving them? And at corporate, this is it, because we're building a high-performance team at corporate. And we're aligning our strategic goals. When we get back from here, we have trainings with our staff and our team on Monday and Tuesday. We're putting together our 2025 strategic plan so that we can present it to David and other members of the board to get all the sign-off that we need for our projects that are going to serve you, people that we might need to add to the team to serve you. All of this work is being done, and we will not rest and we will not stop. You're welcome. You are welcome, dear lady. Because there is accountability at corporate, but you have your own organizations. And if you want to have an amazing team that is going to sustain over time, the biblical principle, but the business principles as well, they apply to you as entrepreneurs. And so staying connected with your leaders, I mean, this is something, again, that I have seen so many times. It's like the really good leaders. I mean, take the ones that you've seen on stage today. They are so engaged. They know what's happening with their leaders. They know what's happening with their families. They stay engaged with leadership. And for us on the corporate side, that's what we're doing too, checking in on all of our projects, making sure that we're aligned with David's vision, making sure that we're moving forward as one entity, as one unit, so that we can be more effective, so that we can actually maximize all of the opportunity that we have in front of us. This is so rare, people. I know you know this. But direct selling right now, this is it. LifeWave is it. it is so rare, it is so dear, it is so precious. What's happening right now that we are sustaining this, we want to seize every moment. Because the benefits of having a plan, a strategic plan for your business and for your life and for your relationships, it helps you to stay focused and not be distracted, which is the enemy of direct selling. The enemy of direct selling, of success in direct selling, are two things. It is time and it is distraction. People that get you off course. That's why you have to have a plan. You need to have a plan. I have a plan. We all have plans. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Measurable goals, like Jack Canfield talked about this morning. Those hairy, audacious goals. There's a reason why the best trainers in the entire world, in the industry, talk about them all the time ad nauseum. Because there needs to be synergy in your team. And then the third truth is that we have to be resolved. Remember going back to that, where is belief? Belief is the vision, and we move. You've got to be resolved and determined, because as David mentioned, there are tough days. There are days when things don't work out as you had planned. There are wet blanket negative Nellies in your life. There are critics that blindside you in ways that you don't even know, but you have to be resolved. And that's where that plan comes in, because I have that plan, I have that vision, I've set it in course, I've set it in motion, and we're doing all this at corporate for you. And no, we're not thrilled with a lot of areas that we know we need to improve for you, because you're worth it and you deserve it, and we want to, and our hearts are to serve you. Your success is our success. And anybody in direct selling that does not understand that fundamental truth is a fool. That's all. Sorry. They are. They're foolish. Your success is our success. We don't need to think about our own self. We can face it. Forget about yourself completely. We can put it aside. Thank you, Mary Kay, circa 1961. Okay, but what we've got here, again, in the service business. So when you think about everything that's happening with exercising that courage and that drive and that facing it, even in the face of that criticism, being obsessed. Somebody said it earlier this weekend. It is okay to be obsessed. As a matter of fact, it's great to be obsessed. Don't ever apologize for being obsessed about your excellence. Never apologize for being obsessed, because that's when you never, never, never quit. Because you just strive to get better. Because failure, it's not an option. Failure is not an option. David Schmidt deserves 1,000%. 1,000% of our resolution. You deserve 1,000% of my resolution, of the resolution of our team. We are resolved 1,000% because you deserve it. You deserve the best that life has to offer. Take that as a nugget when you go. You deserve the best. And don't let anybody else tell you differently. So how about you? How about you? What is your vision for your futures? Think about it right now. What is your vision for your future? We have a very distinct goal. We are going to make LifeWave the best opportunity in direct selling ever. But it's up to you what you're going to do with that vision. It's up to you. What have you learned this weekend that is going to help empower your plan? And how are you going to safeguard your heart and your mind so that no one can rob you of your joy and no one can rob you of your dreams? Surrounding yourself with like-minded people, a like-minded team. If you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with in your life, what does that look like right now for you? Building that high-performance team, developing your plan, and execute with dauntless resolve. Dauntless resolve. No matter what the critics have to say. And working tirelessly to get your goals. So college football fans, Oregon Ducks over Ohio Buckeyes. Great game. Go Ducks. But it was interesting, and Coach Dan Lanning, the new coach, we just bow down. Coach Lanning said something after the game last weekend and listening to his post-game interviews. Somebody asked him, they said something about, well, you know, are you going to take a break? And Dan Lanning kind of looked over and he says, what? He goes, today is all I have. Today is what I have. I will sleep when I'm dead. And I went, oh, okay. The reality is this is the moment. Carpe diem. Seize it. Seize it. Build your plan. Develop your plan. Resolve yourself to do whatever it takes to experiment your monumental success. This is a fun story. It's an old story, but I love this story because it is all about you. There was an important job, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Well, somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job, and everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have. Direct selling, it may not be for everybody, but it could be for anybody. And that's the beauty. And that's the beauty of it. So, my dear, dear friends, it is with all love and respect that we dedicate this time to you and sincerely hope that we have delivered an experience that will help each and every one of you to see that light, to be that light, and most importantly, to share your light with the world. Thank you, friends. We love you.